Affective factors in second language learning. We have talked about strategies. Now let us look at the affective or emotional factor in the learning of the second language. Now, what are these affective factors? What are the different dimensions of these affective factors? Let's have a look. First thing is motivation. How much does the learner actually want to learn a second language? It will affect the result of his or her success or failure in learning the second language. Second thing is self-efficacy. Extremely important in the accomplishment of any task. For second language learning also, if the learners have this feeling of self-efficacy, that is, they feel confident enough that they will be able to and they can tackle the task of learning a second language, they will learn it. If they believe they can't do it, then they won't be able to do it. It's all in the mind. Then the third thing is tolerance of ambiguity. Ambiguity is something which is not clear. So this tolerance of ambiguity is extremely important because when the learners are presented with a new second language structure, the first thing that they have to actually deal with is ambiguity. They are not clear about how the second language is working. So this confusion, this unclarity of meaning, how do they respond to that? How do they bear the frustration, this emotional frustration of coming across something which they don't understand is extremely important. The more tolerant they are, the more willing they are to sort of like, hold on, let's see, I'll work through it and I'll learn after some time. They have this positive attitude. This emotional factor will enable them to learn the second language more effectively. And then comes anxiety. If the classroom atmosphere or if any environment in which they are learning the second language is something that does not provide them with a safe feeling, then it is going to affect their second language learning negatively. If they feel that if they use the second language structure, the other children will laugh at him, the teacher will sort of be very cross with him or her, then the second language will not be learned effectively. We have also this model by Gardner, who worked with his colleagues from 1985 to 2000, and this model is called a socio-educational model. In this model, Gardner talks about two different kinds of motivation. One is integrative motivation, and the other one is instrumental motivation. Let me remind you, under the affective factors, we said the first thing that would affect is this emotional commitment or motivation to learn a language. So if there are two types of motivation, what are they? An integrative motivation is motivation or a positive attitude towards the second language. Not just second language, but also second language culture. So they want to learn the language because they simply like the language and they want to participate in the culture of the second language. This is integrative motivation, learning a language for its own sake. And the other motivation is instrumental motivation. You want to learn a language because the second language over here is simply because you want to serve, to do something else. For instance, you want to learn the language because you want to advance in your career, or your education, this will be instrumental motivation. And research says that learners or students who are integratively motivated will be more successful in learning the second language than learners who are only instrumentally motivated. Because the learners who are instrumentally motivated to learn a language, that is, to learn a language to do something else, like find a job or complete their education, they will often employ surface processing strategies as compared to integratively motivated students who will apply deep processing strategies.